Thank you for that very, very kind introduction. My fellow Warwick graduates, well done and congratulations. I have to say, that does sound absolutely great, doesn't it? Graduate of the University of Warwick. And I hope this is going to be a truly wonderful day for you to celebrate with your peers, your supporters, and family. Undoubtedly, it will pass with a blur, but do capture those memories, as this is a day that you have worked for and you fully deserve. This day is made extra special by being a ceremony in Warwick's 60th anniversary year. I'm not quite that old, but getting there, I guess. And in those 60 years, Warwick has established itself, and you are graduating from one of Britain's leading universities. In my day, we graduated from Coventry Cathedral, so it's a little bit different today. And actually, frankly, you get a better view than you got in Coventry Cathedral. Nice windows, not great for the guests. So you're probably doing a little bit better. The University of Warwick today still has the heart of that university that I graduated from those many years ago. So what was my journey to find myself back here on this stage talking to you? I came from one of the greatest rugby league playing towns in the world. If everybody says Wigan, that's a fighting offence. I come from St Helens, to what really in Warwick felt like another world. I did a chemistry degree here at Warwick in the mid-80s. There were about 35 in my class. We had our own pigeonholes. Probably don't even know what they are these days. There were relatively few of us. They did actually work us quite hard, and it was not for the faint-hearted. There were many day-long laboratory sessions. We had subsidiary, which in my case was biology at Gibbet Hill. Many of the long-term friendships I made were forged in those long lab sessions, what at the time seemed like the long walk to Gibbet Hill for lectures. Warwick was an endless experience of great music in the Union, playing support, studying, and yes, socialising. My journey from Warwick as an undergraduate took me to the University of Oxford to study nighttime chemistry in the atmosphere. When I finished my PhD, I went to NASA at the Goddard Space Flight Center in the US to study the chemistry of Titan and Neptune using Voyager data. I worked in the astrochemistry branch of the Laboratory for Extraterrestrial Physics. Isn't that the coolest job title you could ever have? Returning to the UK, I went to the University of East Anglia, where I left trying to study chemistry in the laboratory, and I meant to measure it in the real atmosphere. I went to work in the Roaring Forties in Tasmania at a place called Cape Grim, which wasn't actually that grim. It was quite beautiful, actually. And I looked at chemistry in some of the cleanest air in the world. After getting my lectureship at Leicester, I continued to look at air pollution and climate, working on the top of mountains, by the sea, flying over the rainforest of Borneo, and latterly in some of the most polluted cities in the world. Warwick Chemistry gave me a passport to the world, a passport to explore science, and a passport to work with a wonderful array of students, academics, now friends and colleagues. Warwick is your passport to the future. I recently said to my daughters, don't be limited by your imagination. They said, what does that mean? I explained, often I have said, I've seen people not fully explore or follow their dreams, be too boxed in by the name on their degree or a self-applied label. I think that career story that I just told you shows that you can use your degree to explore and do amazing things. And I absolutely encourage you to grasp that opportunity and explore. More recently, as you've heard in the introduction, I've taken my science and used it in different ways by being a chief scientific advisor in government. I've worked across 2 departments while we've had 4 prime ministers and 6 secretaries of state. My time in government has shown how science can make a real difference, making policy better and more rounded than it has been. I joined during COVID and took part in SAGE, Scientific Advisory Group for Emergencies, that really demonstrated that science could be used to support decision-making. With my fellow CSA, we ran the Events Research Programme to look at the science of the safety of opening major events. What would have taken me in my former career years, we literally planned in weeks. It's the first time I've ran a rave. I ran rock concerts. We ran the World Snooker. Well, actually, lots of other people did it, but we just kind of were there. We went to the golf, and we ran the Euros. And we discovered really so much about the COVID transmission at these events. And I can tell you my top piece of scientific advice on this, if you don't want to catch COVID, go to the golf. If you don't die of boredom, you'll be completely safe. From this, I've worked on the science of COP26 in Glasgow, critical minerals, nuclear power, climate change, and much, much more, using my scientific knowledge to underpin good policy making. Would you have guessed that slightly awkward boy from the Northwest with a very poor haircut would be advising ministers? Through this, I've used my Warwick chemistry training and relied on my lifelong Warwick friends for support and encouragement. All my work has shown me the world is changing. We live in a time of great challenge and even greater opportunity. I've seen firsthand climate change, deforestation, resource depletion, and pollution. And it should remind us all of the urgency of rethinking our relationship with the environment. If my Warwick educational background has taught me anything, it is that urgency also presents us with a chance to innovate, to create, and to lead. As graduates, we are all equipped with the tools of education, creativity, innovation, and critical thinking. Tools that grant us the privilege, the responsibility, and the opportunity to make a difference. So, as you leave here today, certificates in hand, use your degree not only to aspire to personal success, but also to becoming stewards of this planet. Remember that the choices you make, both large and small, ripple outward, creating waves of impact. You need to be the generation that looks back knowing you did everything in your power to ensure the world is healthier, kinder, and more sustainable. As Robert Swan said, the greatest threat to our planet is the belief that someone else will save it. Thank you again, and congratulations to you all. Today, you have joined the 300,000 strong global Warwick alumni. I have to say, and this is from my own personal experience, truly a community like no other. Go out there and make the world a better place with what you have learned. Thank you.